Hey folks, welcome to Life on Beagle Road. It is seed planting time. Where's Kenny? Hold on, let me find Kenny. I don't know where he is, but I promise he'll be in this video. I feel like we've only been making videos separately lately because of our schedules and the kids' schedules and all that craziness. But let's face it, we're all stuck at home now, so you'll be seeing a lot more of us together. We are really determined to have a productive gardening season this year. We've failed a few times, but in true Life on Beagle Road style, we have gotten back at it. We're moving the garden. We're using our green stalk vertical planters, and it's gonna work this year. It's gonna be great. And we've got plenty of time to plant seeds right now because we're all stuck in the house for 2 weeks or longer. Oh, I found him.
What?
I was looking for you so we could actually make a video together.
I was trying to find the fabric pots, the big ones, for the green beans, and I found these really cool clippers. I think I got them for you a couple years ago. I found them in my toolbox. They're stainless steel.
Kenny, we need to start seeds. We don't need 10-gallon pots right now.
I'm just making sure that you know that when we do my green beans and peppers, that I have them and I'm ready, mass producing.
Awesome.
Just saying.
The first thing we need to do is help Bridget plant some flowers or she is going to lose her mind.
Meltdown.
Honey, we're not planting in there. We just store dirt in here. This isn't to plant in.
Yeah, honey, we're gonna put them in pots. We don't put the seeds in there. I know you did that the other year where you dumped everything in our potting soil, but we're not gonna do that this time. Did you already water them in there? Only one?
I hope not.
Okay. Well, it's okay. Hold on to that. Okay, let's put that in there. And then Mama will help you put them so we can get them running. Okay?
I want this one.
What do you got there? Morning Glories? Cosmos? What's this one? More Morning Glories. Okay, we're having lots of Morning Glories, Courtney.
It's because I like colorful things.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
Right.
one's colorful and one's purple.
Fair enough. One's colorful and one's purple, Mom.
Got it.
Okay, well let Mama help you, okay?
We're gonna get our potting mix in here. Do you have a shovel? Here, back up here.
I can use my hand.
Okay. Okay, scoop it in there.
It's on these.
Okay, that's good. You have to make holes for them, like
I will.
one. Actually, let's get this a little wet, and then your holes will stay better. Okay. All
I'll
right.
give you one of my seeds.
Okay, Bridgie, make 4 holes. Rub your hands off, and then make 4 holes across. Push it down in the hole.
What are these? Show me up.
The purple morning glories.
What are you doing, Amy?
I'm just opening up my seeds, which I'm having a really rough time.
Yeah.
Hands are so big. I just want to make one more because I love these.
Okay. This is like a little greenhouse. I'll make it warm in there. Okay? So I'm gonna sit it up here so the sun can warm it up. And I'm gonna help Emmy plant her stuff.
I'm gonna turn it on and show my seeds. How do you turn it on? I have 4 seeds. I'm going to plant some African daisies, cypress, vine, chrysanthemums, and then we have petunias. Okay. You already did it. I'm only using one. Start with the ones that are open. I mean, I planted one of these for you. I planted one of these for you. Just let it open. And we'll make other holes. I'm gonna ask you to open up the petunias because you're probably better than me.
What you doing over there, Mama?
I'm gonna plant some lettuce in here.
Seems like an awfully large pot for lettuce.
You guys need to eat some more lettuce.
I was just thinking, like, maybe smaller pots, but more of them?
Oh yeah, I did.
No, this is loose leaf lettuce.
Oh, okay.
Oh, where's my lettuce mix?
Which ones are those?
What you growing there, Robbie?
Sunflowers.
Would you like some help?
Thanks.
Amazingly, all my kids like Brussels sprouts. I mean, not my husband, but my kids. So I have some Brussels sprout starts here that I'm going to transfer to the green stalk, and then I'm going to plant some for another round of Brussels sprouts. Although Kenny could survive on peppers and green beans, as he has quite clearly stated, the rest of us like a little more diversity in our diet, so the next row is going to be devoted to kohlrabi. Kohlrabi is a root vegetable I have yet to successfully grow, but I always think I've planted it too late and it got too hot, so it never got to maturity. This is a plant with dark leafy greens and it likes cold temperatures. So let's do it. Here on this level, I either have a bunch of mint or lemon balm that survived from last year. The flavor isn't real strong yet, so I couldn't tell which. I think lemon balm. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to leave this layer go because it seems to be growing out of each of the 6 little areas. And either way, we'll use it. My kids love tea, so whether it's mint or lemon balm, they will be thrilled. As for the top row here, I think I'm gonna do some radishes. Bridget actually picked these out the other day. I don't think I've really ever grown radishes. I don't know why though. We should definitely grow radishes. We need to top this off with a little black gold first. Goats are the gift that keeps on giving. They give you milk, they give you weed destruction, they give you fertilizer, and they give you attitude.
What are we doing?
Do you forget how to make a video?
No, I didn't forget how to make a video.
We were going to talk about where we're going to put the garden. You've spent more time thinking and talking about that than I have, so I thought maybe you could talk about that.
I told everybody we were going to put the garden right here.
Good. The garden's going there.
Garden's going right there.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, folks.
When are you going to build the raised beds?
Take care. Have a great day. Wait. Okay, fine. Come back.
When?
Oh, my goodness. No, hold on.
When are you going to build the raised beds?
You always ask such really, really pertinent questions. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Life on Beagle Road.
Is
this a separate video?
Yeah, but I already started it and we've been doing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is like part of a different one?
Yeah, this is part of the gardening video, just our regular channel gardening video. I showed what we were doing up there.
Well, hey.
Now we're going to talk about where the garden is.
Now we're down here. All right, well.
Where have you been all day?
I've been doing whatever you told me to do and then some, baby. Just trying to stay alive, you know? Trying to avoid the virus. Well, anyway, a long time ago we told you we were gonna put our garden here right off the deck so we could look at it, make it pretty, yada, 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 all that good stuff. And I think we're finally at that point. We picked a spot. We have it fenced off with our electric netting fence. We've been trying to get the chickens in there to do their thing a little bit. So we throw some feed in there, throw some scraps in there, let them turn the soil a little bit. It's not really happening because then they just fly over the fence because we haven't clipped their wings.
They flew over the fence even when we did clip their wings.
They did fly over the fence even when we clipped their wings. But
they're super chickens.
They really are super chickens. But you know, whatever, at least we're starting to get that process going. Some of the area in there, the meat birds were already in this past fall. So we've got some of that already in the soil. But now where we're at is we really got to get it settled. Now I have it all fenced off, like I said, okay? You can kind of see it, boom, boom. Robbie, you act like we gave you a lot of work to do today. I mean, seriously, that's stuff your mom does every week. All I asked you to do is clean the barn. We're gonna shimmy it up the hill a little bit. We're on an incline right here, so the water's gonna come down, flow, and go past this area. I wanna make sure we're not getting a whole lot of sogginess in there. I'm also gonna bring some soil in to kind of help to, grade it slightly so we're not overly sloped. That ought to really help whatever we're doing in there. So the next step after that would be putting my garden boxes in, which is coming, I promise. It's gonna be a great little project video for y'all. I have all the wood I got last year. It's been sitting out, drying, looking good. Next is to get it in here. I do have some obstacles. I've got some tree stumps right there and there. I'm not digging them out right now. Eventually they'll go.
There's plenty of room in there.
Yeah. I thought about digging a hole or drilling holes in them, put some Epsom salts in there. I've done it before, and it actually attracts insects into the garden, so I'm not gonna do that this time. I have done hole drilling with some, kerosene, and it didn't work nearly as well as I had hoped. And I even let it soak in there. I did it like 3 different times. Like poured it in, soaked, poured it in, soaked, poured it in, and then lit it. And it did not burn up.
No, well, plus I don't want kerosene in the garden.
Yeah, so we're not gonna do that anymore. Basically, it's just gonna be there. And the very worst thing we'll do is maybe put extra compost in that area so it's right where we need it. Like the stuff that's already broken down, just set it on top and let it decompose on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Bury it with dirt, I don't know. We'll come up with something, it's whatever. The good thing about garden boxes is they're only in the way if I make them in the way. I mean, I'm just gonna put my boxes where I need them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. My hope is that within the next few weeks, you'll see some... Are you in this video or are you over there?
I was just seeing what the kids were doing.
I thought maybe there was a bottle of wine over there you were looking at.
Yeah, I wish there was a bottle of wine over there.
I figured you did. I'll get these boxes done and get them out here, get them filled up. Right now we just obviously started our seeds, so those are gonna take 10 to 20 days, right, to germinate, and then they'll start getting some seedlings, so they've still got a lot of time before we transplant.
I wouldn't say a lot.
You're right, my definition of a lot and yours are totally different.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we'll get there. It's gonna be great, I promise. It's gonna be great.
I have an idea.
What?
I gotta take care of the animals, and could you fill up all the little seed trays up there so we can finish starting seeds inside tonight when it's dark?
Why couldn't we do that inside?
Well, but fill them with dirt out here so we don't make a mess, and then we'll
Gonna
take
make a
them
mess anyway, fine. I'll do it.
Thank you.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Love you.
I love you
Do I have
too.
to film it or could it just be done? I'll film it.
You should film it.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So people know you listen to your wife.
Next will be me filling up stuff for my wife. Doing what I'm told. Not getting the virus. All right, so I guess the first thing I gotta do is what? Get the trays. I've got the trays. We're good here. All right, now I'm gonna need some dirt. Dirt. Let's see. There's a lot of directions. I don't need that. More directions. Don't need that. Don't need that either. Do need these. Take those out. These are the tops. These are the, what do they give us? Some Super Thrive, which we're not gonna use. Some nice little flags. Probably use those. That would be smart. Stack these so that way I'm keeping my mess straight. We used to have a whole bunch of these, and then I don't really know what happened to them all. We went and got some more, so that way we could make this video. Put them all out. We always tell you about how we're not the greatest at gardening. Really not the truth. We're just not the best at figuring out our time. We usually either run out of time and we don't get to the seeds or seeding, or we have busy summers and the growing season just kind of gets away from us. But one of the things I haven't really talked about is my indoor growing. I do a lot of indoor growing, believe it or not, and I enjoy it. Not only do I enjoy it, but I'm pretty good at it. So that's gonna be something that coming up, I'm gonna show you. I think the thing that gets in the way most of the time is just, you know, when you own livestock and you're the only one taking care of it, oftentimes that takes the priority. Plus, if you're working and you've got a full-time workload, trying to get back out to the plants is just not the easiest. Even the year where our garden at the top of the hill, you know, wasn't the absolute best situation, we still had a pretty good yield. It was a bad year for tomatoes because it was too wet, but it was a good year for cabbage. We just didn't eat a lot of the cabbage. We gave it to the animals. I hate cabbage, so I had no problem with that. We had quite a number of beans. We didn't have that many peppers, again, because it wasn't a good year for tomatoes or peppers. We grew corn, and it grew really well. It just tasted terrible. I think that had a lot to do with the soil and watering and things like that. See, when you grow things, you have to pay a pretty good amount of attention to your watering schedule, but you also have to look at the pH of your water, because the pH of your water can actually cause you to have some growth issues. You're not getting the yields that you want. You're not getting the flavors that you want. Not only that, but you know, we're looking at our potassium, calcium, phosphates, all that stuff, you know? I don't think that we've given you the most accurate picture of how we are as gardeners. We both really enjoy growing things for sure. And we both have our strengths and weaknesses when it comes to growing things. So we're gonna try and do a better job this time around of just showing you what we do, how we do it, and maybe not be so terrible. Courtney likes to use these general purpose soils, these general purpose mixing soils, and then she adds her own amendments. I typically like to use Fox Farm soils. Fox Farm makes a soil for potting that is fantastic in terms of nutrients to start with. They have a lot of fish poop in them. Fish poop is awesome. I should have put a tarp under these so I could not lose a bunch of dirt through the deck, but what are you gonna do? Right now I'm just trying to take my hand over top very lightly. I don't want to pack it down, I don't want it to be rough, but I want to try to get it as much to the surface as I can so it's not overflowing. I don't really want to get a whole bunch of debris inside the watering troughs here, because that's really what those are meant for. You put water in and it soaks up through the bottom of these trays rather than pouring water directly over top. You've got seedlings in here, they're very delicate. Too much water can cause them to, you know, not do so well. You pour the water in, the roots come down through the pots, and they find the water themselves. So if you've been watering over top, not the best way to go. Give them a little tap here. That'll help the soil to settle a little bit more. It's not the easiest thing to do because these things aren't all that hard. We want loose growing medium. Okay, start lining them up. Of course, now they don't fit in there like they did before because they're a little damp. It's starting to spread out on me. It's okay. Or no mas. All right, one tray down. We're gonna cheat this time. I'm actually gonna put it in this and then just dump it out. Ah, now I'm using my brain. Believe it or not, I did make Courtney a proper potting bench. It's just not over here. I don't know why.
Yeah, that would be great if you could bring my potting bench down here.
Blah, 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 blah. All of these are crushed. Like, none of these are wonderful. Like, that's super annoying to me. It's okay. It'll still work. All right. So I think one of the things I would really like to do next in this whole gardening situation is to make a kind of a temporary garden shed, aka greenhouse. Stay tuned for that, I guess. Okay, everybody, I did what I was told, so I'm gonna go inside now. Have a great day.